In today's class, I'm going to discuss a question paper with you all. So already I have discussed many, you know, the topics which is related to examination point of view. So few topics which were left are our environment, heredity and evolution lesson, and also sustainable management of natural resources. Apart from this, most of the concepts I have already discussed. So in today's class, I'm going to discuss a question paper with you. Okay. So in my upcoming classes, that means from the classes which I'm going to take from tomorrow, so I'll be taking the lesson of heredity and evolution, our environment, and also sustainable management of natural resources. So without wasting much time, let me start today's class. If you're new to my channel, do subscribe the channel and also share the videos with your friends, my dear children. Okay. So in this question paper, I'm discussing the questions from the chemistry and also the biology part. So this is a district level preparatory examination question paper. So the first question is, if hydrocarbon burns with a clear blue flame in the presence of excess oxygen, then the product formed are ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So what is happening here? The hydrocarbon is burning with a clear blue flame. So if it is clear blue flame, it is nothing but complete combustion is taking place. If it is clear blue flame, then complete combustion will be taking place. Okay. So if complete combustion happens, okay, which are the products means you have to identify. The options given are carbon monoxide and water vapor, carbon particles and carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Students, whenever the hydrocarbon burns completely with a clear blue flame, okay, it tends to release carbon dioxide and water vapor. So this is the right answer. Option 4 is the right answer here. Okay. Yes. So let's go for the next question. The next question is, which of these does not release H plus ions when added to water? See, we have 4 options here, that is HCl, and this is HCOOH. This is nothing but methanoic acid, and CH3COOH is nothing but ethanoic acid. CH3OH is the methanol. See, when we look at these 4 options, which does not release H plus ions? See, alcohol group does not release the H plus ions. Okay, because in alcohol we don't find H plus ions. See here, in the case of HCl, we have H plus and Cl minus. In the case of HCOOH, we can have H plus and COOH. Okay, so like that, here we can dissociate H plus ions. Okay, for example, in the ethanoic acid, we have CH3, COO minus and also H plus. But in alcohol group, we don't find this kind of separation of H plus ion. So the right answer here is H. We cannot dissociate H plus ions when added to water in the alcohol, that is in the methanol. Okay. Then what type of bond that formed between the chlorine and potassium is? The chlorine is basically a non-metal, potassium is a metal. So always when there is a metal and a non-metal, it always forms ionic bond. Remember, you have to check like this. When there is carbon and oxygen, they both are non-metals. And when there are 2 non-metals, covalent bond will be formed. But here there is a metal and a non-metal. So the right answer is ionic bond. Ionic bond is formed. Okay. So let's go for next question. The metals towards the top of the activity series cannot be obtained from their compounds by heating with the carbon by the metal found in the top of the activity series. Okay. Say for example, they are potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. These are the metals which are found in the top reactivity series. They cannot be obtained from their compounds by heating with the carbon. Why? Because these elements are highly reactive. Remember, these metals are highly reactive. So when they are kept open in the air, what happens? They readily react with the oxygen. They react with the oxygen very easily. That is the reason these metals cannot be obtained by the compounds by heating them with the carbon. Okay, they have more attraction towards the oxygen. Next, name the 2 important air pollutants released during the combustion of coal and petroleum. See, when we burn the coal and when we burn the petroleum, it always releases the carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and also the nitrogen dioxide, children. So these are the air pollutants which is released when we burn the coal and also the petroleum. Clear? So next, the atomic number of the element X is 7. Then the element X belong to which period in the modern periodic table? See, already I told you many times. See, first and second elements are present in the first period. Element number 3 to 10 is present in the second period. So the atomic number of the element is 7. So which is the seventh element? So third element is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay. You have to find out the seventh element. Very clear. So remember, atomic number of the element is 7. So when we start from, the hydrogen, see hydrogen, it is helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon and nitrogen. The seventh element is nitrogen. So in which period it is present? It is present in the third period because element number 3 to 10 is present in the second period. Okay, it is present in the second period, not third period. It is present in the second period. Okay, remember element X is nitrogen and this element X belongs to which period? It is belonging to second period in the modern periodic table. Okay, yes. So let's go for the next question. So the next question is, what is combustion? Write the balanced chemical equation of combustion of methane. What is combustion? Many a times I told this question may be asked. What is combustion? See, when carbon, it burns in the presence of oxygen. So I add oxygen to carbon. So when carbon combines with oxygen, what happens? It releases carbon dioxide, heat, light, okay, and along with the water vapor. Okay, this is what we will call it as combustion reaction. Write the balanced chemical equation for the combustion reaction. They have written here already. Carbon combines with oxygen. What happens? It releases carbon dioxide. It releases the carbon dioxide. Clear? But in this case, water vapor is not released. But if we take the other hydrocarbons, say for example, if we take the ethanol, C2H5OH, if I take, so in this case, what happens? The water vapor will be released. So any equation you can write burning of ethanol, burning of carbon, burning of methane, any hydrocarbon you can take and burn. So when you burn, what happens? These are the products which releases. Hence it is called as combustion. Okay. So the next question, draw the structures for the following compounds. So propanone and propyne is the structure. Propanone. See, how do you write? You write 3 carbon atom, pro, done, and ONE is nothing but ketone group. So we always represent ketone by writing double bond O. Okay, and it always exists in between. So now it's time to write the bonds for carbon. This carbon has 1, 2, 3, and 4. This has already 1, 2, 3, and it is 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have to write hydrogen everywhere. It's time to write hydrogen everywhere. This is how we write the structure of the propanone. The formula is C3H6 and O. C3H6 and O. Next, propyne. Propyne, how do we write? We write 3 carbon atoms. So prop is done. Yne is nothing but triple bond. We write triple bond here. So this carbon is left with only 1 bond now. Right here. This carbon is also left with 1 bond. Right here. This is done with 1, 2, 3, 4. The formula is C3H4. C3H4. This is the formula of propyne. Okay. So it's very easy to write, children. I have already taught you how to write. Okay. Learn in such a way that how did I taught you? It is very easy to write in examination. Yes. Somebody is asking, please say to understand periodic table. The already periodic table videos I have uploaded. Please check in my channel. It is available either in the live section or in the video section. So let's go for next question. When acid rain flows into the rivers, the survival of aquatic life becomes difficult. Becomes difficult. This is one question. Okay. So what happens when acid rain enter into the aquatic life? You have to write. See, acid rain, the pH value of acid rain is first of all less, right? pH value of acid rain is less because it is acidic in nature. So this acid rain, when acid rain reaches the rivers or ponds or any kind of aquatic life, the pH of water body increases. The pH of water body increases when the acid rain enters to these water bodies. As a result of it, what happened? The water becomes acidic. Water becomes acidic. So as water is becoming acidic, what happens? It is difficult for the aquatic life to survive in that. Next question, toothpaste are used for cleaning the tooth or teeth. So why it is used? Because toothpaste contains the base. Toothpaste contains the base. So what happens? It neutralizes next. Toothpaste neutralizes the excess of acid produced in the mouth. That is importantly you have to understand. Toothpaste is a base. Toothpaste, it neutralizes the acid produced in the mouth. I think you all are able to understand, children. I think you all are able to understand. Yes. So moving to next question. Draw a diagram showing an acid solution in the water conducts electricity. Do learn all the diagrams with respect to examination point of view. Okay. So let's go for next question. The atomic number of 5 elements A, B, C and D and E are 6, 8, 3, 7 and 9. That means A is 6, B is 8, C is 3, D is 7 and E is 9. So the metallic property of which of these elements is less and why they are asking. And you also have to give your conclusion on the relationship between the metallic property and electronegativity. Okay. So you must know, children, in this case I will tell you about the one which is having least metallic property and also having the most metallic property. I will give both. So you have to remember, okay, always it is important to know which is having the, which element is having least metallic property and which is having the most metallic property, because in examination they may ask anything. They may ask about least metallic property or they may ask about the most metallic property. So you must be ready to explain both. I repeat once again, the elements A, B, C, D, E are having 6, 8, 3, 7, 9 as their atomic numbers. So let us find out first of all which element is having the highest metallic property. Okay, let us understand first which is having the highest metallic property. See, when we look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these elements, this C element is having the highest metallic property. Okay, so this element first they come in the second period. That is why we say, for example, now let's write periods. Okay, first element and second element is present in the first period. Element number 3 to element number 10 is present in the second period. So 3 means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These elements are present in the second period. So among these, what happened? 3 comes first, then comes 6, then comes 8, then comes 7 and also 9. Okay, these elements are given in this, right? When we compare to all these things, what happened? This is having more metallic property. What is meant by metallic property? Metallic property is nothing but tendency to lose electron. Tendency to lose electron. When we compare all these elements, this element C can easily lose electron because it has only one electron on its body. So highest metallic property. Highest metallic property is for what? It is for the element with the atomic number 3. That is C is that one. Okay. Now let us identify what happens. The one which is having the, I repeat the question. So firstly I have explained you which is having the highest metallic property. So now I am explaining the element which is having the less metallic property. Okay. First I wrote about high metallic property. Now I am explaining about the metal which is having less metallic property. So which is having less metallic property, you can only identify now. So which is having the greater number here, it is 9, right? So that is E. E is having the least metallic property. Why? Because, so what happened here, tendency to lose electron decreases. As we go from left to right, what happened? Tendency to lose electron decreases. Lose electron decreases. So when we compare to C, C feel very difficult to lose electron. So the least metallic property is therefore, the element E with the atomic number 9. Everybody understood this concept, children? Everybody understood this concept? I hope you all have understood this concept. So which element is having the least metallic property and which is having the highest metallic property? See, C with the atomic number 3 is having the highest metallic property. Element E with the atomic number 9 is having the least metallic property. This is what you want to understand. Okay. So next, they have asked about the relationship between electropositivity and electronegativity, right? See, what is your confusion on the relationship between metallic property and electronegativity? Metallic property, electronegativity. Electronegativity is nothing but non-metallic property. Electronegativity is nothing but non-metallic property. What happens? See, metallic property, that is when we move from left to right, what happens? Metallic property, tendency to lose electron decreases. It decreases. Okay. But when we move from top to bottom, what happens? Tendency to lose electron increases. Similarly, when we move from left to right, what happens? Non-metallic property increases. That means tendency to gain electron increases. When we move from top to bottom, what happens? The non-metallic property decreases because tendency to gain electron decreases. This one I have explained very clearly when I explained about the concept called periodic classification of elements. If you have not watched the concept of periodic classification of elements related to this concept, do watch. The videos are posted already in the Telegram group, and also it is available in my channel. Those who want particularly about this concept, just drop a message in the comment area. Once I complete the class, I will share the videos of this content. So I hope you found this question and useful. You understood this question, I think. Yes. Okay. The next question: what are the criteria used by Mendeleev in creating the periodic table? See, when Mendeleev is arranging the elements in his periodic table, he looked for the chemical properties and also their fundamental physical properties. It's very important. So when Mendeleev is arranging the elements in his periodic table, so he looked at the similar chemical property of those elements. Okay, that's right. Based on, you should write like this in examination. Based on similar physical. Okay, let me write this word called similar. Based on similar chemical and also the physical properties. This is based on this one point. This is one point. And secondly, he arranged the elements based on the atomic mass. Based on the atomic mass. Increasing order of atomic mass. Based on the increasing order of atomic mass, what happened? The elements were arranged in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Clear? Let's go for next question. What are the achievements of Mendeleev periodic table? What did Mendeleev achieve? Okay, you have to know, children. So it is also called as merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. The Mendeleev's periodic table predicted the properties of the elements to be discovered in future. Some of the elements were not at all discovered. Okay. So Mendeleev predicted. Okay. He predicted Mendeleev predicted the properties of elements. Some of the elements were not at all discovered. Okay. So he predicted the properties of elements. He predicted the properties of elements to be discovered. That means which will come in the next upcoming generation. Okay. This was the one advantage, or we say merit. Second, it helped the correction of atomic mass in some of the elements. Okay. So Mendeleev table helped to correct. It helped to correct the atomic mass. It helped to correct the atomic mass. Okay. It helped to correct the atomic masses of some elements. It's very important. Some elements. Okay. So these were the achievements of the Mendeleev's periodic table. There are few many, at least two you have to remember, children. So next they have asked to differentiate between saturated and unsaturated. This one frequently I have taught. Saturated hydrocarbons have single bond between carbon-carbon. Unsaturated have either double bond or triple bond. And saturated, when I talk, it is, the formula of saturated is CnH2n plus 2. They are because alkanes. When I talk about unsaturated, it is CnH2n and also CnH2n minus 2 because they are alkenes and alkynes. And alkanes, that is saturated hydrocarbons, they burn to give clear blue flame, and unsaturated hydrocarbons, they burn to give yellow color sooty flame. All these things I have discussed yesterday and day before yesterday. I posted a video based on the carbon and its compound lesson. Okay, do watch this lesson. So Manjula ID is asking, ma'am, please upload answers for frequently asked questions. See, I'm uploading many videos, children, related to frequently asked questions. So do follow the videos which I am doing for your examination. Definitely you all will get good marks. Okay. Yes. Let's go for next question. Name the two soft metal they have asked. Which are the two soft metal which can be easily cut with the help of knife? That is potassium and sodium. Okay. How are basic oxide formed, they are asking. Do you know how are basic oxide formed, children? Do you have any idea how are basic oxide formed? Yes? Okay, let me tell you. See, basic oxide, how are they formed? If somebody asks how are acidic oxide formed, how are basic oxide formed, you must know. See, whenever metal react with oxygen, remember, whenever metals react with oxygen, say for example, let us take magnesium and combine with oxygen, okay, it forms magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is a basic oxide. Basically, when metal react with oxygen, it forms the basic oxide. That is what you have to write. Okay. Next, define galvanization. What is galvanization? It is a process of applying a thin layer of zinc, okay, over the metals like iron and also steel. They apply zinc on the iron and steel to prevent the corrosion. What is galvanization? Galvanization is one of the method of preventing the corrosion. What is galvanization? Galvanization is one of the method of preventing the corrosion. Next, how do alkalis are formed? What is meant by alkali? Alkalis are the bases that dissolve in the water. Correct, na? Alkalis are the bases that are dissolved in the water. So now, how do alkalis are formed? Alkalis are formed by dissolving them in the water. Alkalis are formed when they are dissolving in the water. Okay. Yes. I think you clearly understood all the concepts of chemistry. It's very easy, children. It's very easy. Okay. So no need to feel difficult at all. This concept is really easy. Yes. How did you feel about chemistry paper now? Till now, whatever I have discussed, how did you feel? So was this easy? Was this easy? Yes. Okay, now let's go for biology part, children. Let's talk about biology. So ozone is composed of how many atoms of oxygen? Tell me. How many atoms of oxygen? Already the first answer is given by Harsha. Harsha and Sharan Ganga has given the right answer. Yes. Jyoti has also given the right answer. Fine. Ozone is composed of how many atoms of oxygen? The right answer is 3. Yes, your answer is right, children. So let's go for next question. Which is non-biodegradable substance here? Which is non-biodegradable? Non-biodegradable means do not mix with the soil easily. Do not decompose it. Sewage water, cow dung, plastic and dry leaves. So among this, which is not mix up with the soil? The right answer is yes. Harsha, you have given the right answer, followed by Lata, Max, Sureka and Sharan have given the right answer. Plastic is the non-biodegradable. Next, why government advised the companies to manufacture the refrigerator-free CFC? Why? Why did government has advised the companies to manufacture refrigerator-free CFC? Sorry, refrigerator-free from CFC. It is because CFC damages the ozone layer. It damages the ozone layer. So to prevent the depletion of ozone layer, government has advised the company to manufacture the refrigerators free from the CFC. Okay, very simple. What type of problems are faced while constructing the dam? So what are the problems that are being faced by the people when they are constructing the dams? Do you know? Do you know what kind of problems are being faced by the people when they are constructing the dams? I'm waiting for an answer, children. I'm waiting that anybody answers. If anybody answer, I'll just call out their name. Okay, some are telling because it will affect the deforestation, loss of biodiversity, soil erosion. Yes, loss of property. Yes, children. Obviously, everybody are giving the right answer only. See, what type of problems are faced while constructing the dam? See, while constructing the dam, what happened? People have to leave the locality and move. So social problems take place. Social problems take place, and huge public money is being wasted to construct the dams. So economic problems also will be faced by the people who are in the society. These two things you have to write. Next, mention two eco-friendly measures to conserve the natural resources. Which are the two eco-friendly measures that you can use to conserve the natural resource? How can you conserve natural resource, children? Tell me. Two eco-friendly. Mention any two eco-friendly things that is used to conserve the natural resources. How can you conserve natural resource, children? I'm asking you. Okay. So some are telling that using paper bags instead of plastic bags. So vermiculture and bee rearing, recycle and reuse. Okay, fine. So let me now, I will tell you what might be the answer. So you can conserve the natural resources in many ways. Say for example, you can use the alternate source of energy. Say for example, instead of using always the electrical energy, which is being produced with the difficult process, we can use the alternate sources of power. Say for example, we can use the solar energy, we can use the wind energy as well. Okay, and we can also plant the trees. So by planting the trees, what happened? We can conserve the natural resources. Correct, right? So by planting the trees, we can conserve the natural resources. And some of you are telling by using the bags, that is by replace the paper bags. Okay, replace the paper bags by plastic bags. Okay, you just stop using the plastic bags and start using the paper bags. These are some are very simple questions that have been asked in the examination. Next question, draw a diagram of longitudinal section of flower they are asking. Okay, so you know that I already taught this diagram. Okay, do learn all the diagrams from the biology. Next, name the hormone that controls the level of glucose in the blood. Okay, who will answer for this question? Who will answer? Name the hormone. Name the hormone which is controlling the level of sugar in the blood. Who is? Let me give. Okay, first answer is given by the Harsha. Right answer, Harsha. So insulin is the one hormone which will controls the sugar level in the blood. Next, which hormone will promote the cell division? Which hormone will promote the cell division? Okay. So many have given the right answer, followed by Srujan, Kritika, Max, Jyoti, Lata, Reddy, Sureka, ID. Many of you have given the right answer. Fine. Okay. So the next question's right answer is already given by Harsha, Sureka, and from the ID called Malli. So promote cell division. Which will promote cell division? Cytokinin will promote the cell division. Remember, cytokinin will promote the cell division. It's very important, children. Okay. You must know all the plant hormones followed by the animal hormones as well. Okay, let's go for next question. Write the functions of ovary, fallopian tube and uterus of the human female reproductive system. What is the function of ovary? The ovary, it releases, what does it releases? It releases the ova and also the hormone called as estrogen. It releases estrogen hormone. What is the function of fallopian tube, children? Fallopian tube is called as site of fertilization. It is called as site of fertilization. That means fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. It is also called as oviduct. What is the function of uterus? Uterus, it helps in development of embryo. Okay, so embryo will come and attach in the uterus. Later what happened? This uterus will help in development of embryo. Okay, these are some of the functions of the the parts of the female reproductive system which they have given here. Next, they have given what are the functions performed by the testis in the human being. You can attend either for this or this, children. Okay, so what do testis do? Testis releases the sperms that is called as male gametes, and also it releases a hormone called as testosterone. Testosterone hormone is released by this. Okay. So now tell me children, what is the role of seminal vesicle in prostate gland? Okay, now you answer for this question. What is the role of seminal vesicle and prostate gland? You try to answer this question, children. What is the role of seminal vesicle and also the prostate gland? Okay, who will answer first? What is the role of seminal vesicle and also the prostate gland? Sureka, you're telling it is a fluid, but also you want to tell the function of it. What is the function? Many a times I have told. Okay, so many times I have discussed about this. So tell me, what is the function of seminal vesicle and also the prostate gland? So who is answering? It controls the temperature of the sperm. No, controlling the temperature of the sperm is the function of the scrotum. Okay, that is the function of scrotum, not the seminal vesicle and prostate gland. So you have to know what is the function of seminal vesicle and prostate gland. We're telling about the scrotum. So they add their secretion and they help to move the sperm, Santa. It is answered by Srujan. Yes, it is the right answer, Srujan. Arsha is telling it prostate gland give nutrition to the mobility of the sperm. Yes. So absolutely you both are answering correctly. Okay. You must know what is the function of the role of seminal vesicle and also prostate gland. The seminal vesicle, it secretes a fluid. What kind of fluid is being secreted by seminal vesicle? Seminal vesicle, I have already taught you with the hint, children. It is the SVF and also PMF. That means prostate gland secretes milky fluid. Seminal vesicle secretes the viscous fluid. These two types of the fluids are being secreted by these two glands. They help in the mobility of the sperm. That means they help in the movement of the sperm. And also they help the sperm by adding the nutrition to the sperm. Okay. Nutrition is being added by these, the glands. Along with that, they also help in the movement. They also help in the movement of the sperm. Okay. Remember. Next question, children. Write the checkerboard of Mendeleev's dihybrid experiment. Dihybrid. See, they are asking dihybrid. What do you write when they ask dihybrid? You take two different alleles. Let us take round yellow seed and also you take wrinkled green seed. So round yellow, wrinkled green. You take this and cross. When you cross, what happen? You get capital R, capital Y, small I. This is the F1 generation's progeny. That is the round yellow. What is this? This is the round yellow. How many of you don't know, children? Everybody know this to write? First, everybody answer. Everybody know how to write dihybrid checkerboard? Anybody does not know how to write dihybrid checkerboard? Everybody knows to write dihybrid checkerboard, or anybody did not know? If you don't know, if anybody don't know, please check out the video, children. I have already uploaded for this. How to write the dihybrid checkerboard, already I have been explained. Okay, check out that video. If you don't know, check out. If you know, it's well and good, very good. Because you must know both monohybrid and dihybrid. It's very important with respect to examination point of view. Okay, yes. So you have to find out this and continue by segregating this for the F2 generation. Okay, I've already thought this. So this will be definitely, expected question. Either they can ask for 3 marks or 4 marks. So the next question is, how does genetic drift and natural selection help in the formation of new species? Anybody try, children? Try to answer. This is little bit, not direct question. Tell me, how does the genetic drift and also the that is natural selection help in the formation of new species? How do they help in the formation of new species? You have learned, no, you all have learned the mechanism of evolution. I've thought, correct now? Many a times they may ask by taking any one of the mechanism of evolution. They can take and also they can ask, okay, how are these genetic drift and natural selection? How are they helping? You have to know, children. It's very important. So will anybody try to answer? Will anybody try to answer this? Okay. Chetan is telling, I think Chetan, you're answering for the checkerboard. Chetan, after the video completes, I will put the link in the comment section. Do check out the checkerboard video. Okay. Yes, Aisha, you're telling by variation. Inchara, you're answering, they change some characteristics. Okay, let me now tell the answer for this. See, how is genetic drift and also natural selection will help. See, basically, natural selection and genetic drift, they both result in the change in the frequency of alleles, children. Because when we talk about the natural selection, I told you, when I told about natural selection, I already told you, it is nothing but change in the frequency of some genes which gives survival advantage. Natural selection gives survival advantage. But when you talk about genetic drift, what is meant by genetic drift? Genetic drift is change in the frequency of some genes. Okay, these are the lucky genes which do not give the survival advantage. Okay, so the organisms which come under genetic drift, the organisms which come under genetic drift, they are lucky, but they do not have the survival advantage. But the organisms which come under natural selection, they are not lucky because nature only is supporting them and they have the survival advantage. This is the first important concept you have to know. Okay, so both the mechanisms are very important. Genetic drift causes very evolution by the random chance. Why? Because see what happened in the genetic drift, there are two categories of organisms. Say for example, red beetles and blue beetles. If all the red beetles vanished by an accidental process, now blue beetles are now left out. Now these blue beetles, next they may undergo the process of mutation. Okay, so mutation is nothing but what? Mutation is nothing but change in the sequence of DNA. DNA sequence is a change in the mutation. So here the fast, what happened, evolution takes place. So both are important. Genetic drift causes evolution by random chance. Okay, whereas natural selection causes evolution on the basis of the fitness. Fitness means what? Whether the organisms, they are larger in size, they are tinier in size, whether they are capable of reproducing the next generation organism quickly. All these matters because nature is supporting them. Here, as the organisms vanished by accidental process, the leftover organisms due to DNA change, what happened? They can show the fast evolution. Clear? And also natural selection is the process through which, the population of a living organisms adopt and also they change. Okay. So that is why we call it as natural selection. Clear? So it's very important. Natural selection can also lead to speciation. You must know this, children. Natural selection also lead to speciation, where one species will give rise to many new distinct variety of species. Okay. It is a very important concept. This kind of concept you must know. This kind of concept you must know, children. Okay. Yes. So I think you have an idea about this. You got an idea. Next question. How are reptiles and birds interrelated to each other? Such an important concept this is. I will tell you, see, how are reptiles and birds are interrelated. I think you have learnt about the evolution by eyes, evolution by feathers. The reptiles. Let us take reptiles, dinosaur. The dinosaur is a reptile. Okay. So one such dinosaur is Archaeopteryx in textbook alide. The dinosaur gu ivagiruvanta birds gu kuda edaku kuda feathers ide. To take this example, very important this. Okay. How are reptiles and birds interrelated to each other? The reptiles and birds, they both are interrelated to each other. Say for example, reptile, which is a dinosaur, which was lived many years ago, was having the feathers. And these feathers, which was there for the dinosaur, was used for the insulation purpose. What is meant by insulation? Protecting against the cold. Because in the olden days, in the Tumba generations, the earth was very cold. It was very cold. So to protect the body from the cold, what happened? The dinosaur using the feather for the insulation purpose. But now the birds also is having the feathers. But the feathers which is being used, present in the birds right now, is used for the flight purpose. It is used for the flight purpose. Now tell me what kind of organs they are. Let me see who will answer. What kind of organs they are? Whether they are, homologous organs or analogous organs, children. Tell me. Whether they are homologous organs or analogous organs. Tell me whether they are homologous organs or analogous organs. You must tell me which, I just told you. This is both are having same kind of, feathers. Okay. But one is using for insulation purpose, one is using for the flight purpose. Homologous organs? Yes. Some are telling homologous, some are telling analogous. What is meant by homologous? Homologous andre their internal body structure will be same. internal structure will be same. Internal body structure ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸೇಮ್. ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಅನಾಲಗಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಅನಾಲಗಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು internal body design will be different but function will be same in the analogous. But here functions are different now. One is using for insulation purpose, one is using for the flight purpose. That is nothing but it is considered to be a homologous. It is considered to be a homologous. Who said homologous? Yours is right answer. Okay, so internal body design might be same but their functions are different here. Dinosaur is using the feather for insulation purpose, but bird is using the feather for the flight purpose. But they both are having the connection, children. They both are having the connection. Okay, so I hope you understood this question, children. Next they are asking draw a neat labeled diagram of the human brain and label the parts. See, human brain diagram very easy, children. Tumbane easy ide. Do not confuse. I already taught you all the diagrams which are important for your examination point of view. So please go through all the diagrams and just understand. So what is important, to learn? Because if you don't know what is important to learn, still it is very difficult because your exams are very closer now. Okay. So the next question they're asking here is explain the transport of water and the food in plants. Why plants have low energy needs and can use relatively slow mode of transportation system. This is an expected question, children. Always, related to transportation of the, the plants and animals. I'm sorry, related to transpiration and transportation in plants. They frequently ask in the examination. Either they ask about transpiration or they ask about transportation. So it's very important to know this concept. This is from the life process lesson. I have explained you this concept in detail. Okay, very importantly you have to know. So what is explain the transportation system in water? Who is helping the plants to transport the water? It is the one xylem. Who is helping the plants to transport the food materials? It is none other than the phloem. Okay, and you must know why do plants need less energy? Because plants are they're immobile. The plants are immobile. They do not move their body. They're fixed. So as they're fixed, they need less energy compared to the other organisms. Okay, and they have the relatively slower mode of the transportation system because their energy needs are very less. So this is a 5-mark question. I can't write on this, children, but I'm telling you what are the things we have to write in the examination. You want to explain about transportation of water and also the food in the plant. It's very important to write this concept. Do learn this concept. Okay, yes, I hope you found this entire session useful, children. In my next video, that means in today, if I have time, I will be discussing another question paper, but tomorrow morning I will be discussing about the heredity and evolution concept. Okay, tomorrow I will be discussing the heredity and evolution concept, and day after tomorrow I discuss about the our environment concept and followed by sustainable management of natural resources. And already children, your preparatory examination got postponed. Your preparatory state level preparatory examination got postponed. So do understand what is what is going on. It is not going to start from Thursday. It is going to start from next week. So remember, your preparatory exams got postponed. So you got still 4 more days to learn the maximum concepts. Okay. So thank you so much for being in live till now. So if you like this video, do press the click the like button, children, and do also share the videos with your friends. Physics, already 2 videos we have shared. So another 1 video today I'm going to share in the Telegram group. I'll share, and also the video will be uploaded very soon. Okay. So thank you so much, children, for being in live. Have a nice day. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the Telegram group. I'll be answering for your questions.